McDonald's or what have you. So I don't know how you all feel about that. I don't know if you want to chat about it or not, but we resolved the issue and it's done.
Okay.
That was it.
Great. Any questions or clarifications on those?
Not on the bathroom for sure, but the sensitivity to fragrances. So are you speaking about people that wear a lot of perfume? Is that what you're referring
that
to?
That could probably come into it, but I think it's more specific towards the air fresheners that we use. More like that.
We kind of get different scents.
I know in the past that we have, because I know the box up above used to have this obnoxious stink, and I'm scent sensitive, and it would make me ill. So.
My family created an odorless toilet. If you ever want to think about that.
Let's try lemon, maybe.
Yeah.
No?
I'm going to go for lemon. I don't know how the rest of it is.
Well, there are some that's like natural fat kind of stuff. I don't know if that, but it's less, you know.
Like with essential oils or something?
We could take it. Yes, Jen.
I think QVC sells
Okay.
All right then.
Going to move forward to
You lost
the
control.
presentation of communications.
Okay, so this is in preparation for the SWAT meetings that we're going to be doing, and this is actually being streamed over the internet right now. So for those of you who have internet access off-site, you're able to log in. There might be a slight latency, slight delay, but you'll be able to follow anyway. Basically, so we want to give an overview of what we've done as a department over the last few years in communications, and so that's what this is. First, back in 2011, we were the first association, state restaurant association, to have our first an iPhone app. Now, the app doesn't exist now, but I'd like to think that it set a tone for what we're going to be trying to do in communications from there on out. And then we became the first restaurant association to, then we relaunched Front Burner as Watch the Restaurant. One of the things that we were really focusing on is focusing on having our stuff identified by our members. And now, coming from the quick service industry, I didn't know what a front burner was. So one of the first things that we did was change the vernacular to be watched in restaurant, as opposed to front burner, center plate, yada yada. No more puns. No pun intended. Anyway, except for half the girl, because it's GA. Okay, so Megatrends. Then we did something very exciting. We started this thing called Megatrends in partnership with the FSA. And the nice thing about this publication is it goes out to FSA members as well as WRA members. Of course, FSA gets their own branded version, but it goes out to their folks. But it does increase our reach, and plus it also helps us revenue-wise because they pay us to put this thing together. And then October 2011, we launched the first terrestrial radio program for any restaurant association in the country, and that was, it continues to this day, is Dire Northwest Radio Broadcast on KLY 1180. We use that for a number of things as a member value vehicle for people who are signing up as members who want to get that exposure, as well as providing other ancillary medias for other things that we're doing as an association. And then we launched something called the Embed Model back in January 2012. One of the challenges that we had was making sure that all the needs of all the departments were being dealt with appropriately. And we needed to be able to give you personal attention without, with some organization. So we did this thing, kind of the concept around an embedded reporter, is an embedded, basically embedded communications person. And the first one was with GA, with Heather Donahoe, who was the liaison there, and then it expanded for the other departments as well. So that started back in early 12. And then the nice thing is, once we started doing these things, we were able to see kind of the fruits of our efforts. And basically, what this is we did a member survey. One thing similar to what we're doing right now. Our short-term goal at the time, because we were prior to this, our primary source of information number with our members was only at 52%, and it was important for us to get that up. Our goal was to beat 64%, we ended up hitting 75%, which not only beat the short-term goal, but it beat the long-term goal. So hopefully that will establish, basically, a new standard is established with communications, and I thought that was one of the things that started that. And so then we're continuing with the process we had back in summer of 12. We did the Washington Restaurant Weekly. We rephrased from the center plate. We changed it to Washington Restaurant Weekly. That was at the urge of the board. And then we launched the redesigned website. It's no longer WRAHome.com. People were thinking they're realtors. It was now WRARestaurant.org. And so basically we launched this website with a redesigned look, but also a redesigned domain. There's a lot that goes along with migrating a domain name, and I won't get into that detail, but this was a really big benchmark for us. And then we continued that process of kind of changing our domain, and one of it was changing our WRA home email addresses and consolidating it, so now we have WRARestaurant.org email addresses, but also moving our efforts from an IT perspective on the cloud. A lot of the software, we had kind of a discombobulated software structure with people having different versions of Office floating around. I remember, I was talking with Bruce. I think you were like a really old version,
Yeah.
and he wasn't alone. There's a lot of folks.
And different operating
systems. So in an effort to consolidate that and to streamline that, so people don't have to convert all the time, this Office 365, which was a timely launch by Microsoft, we took advantage of that, and it's worked out real well. The other challenge that we had was the first 2 years I was here. I remember GA or actually nobody was able to get their email during snowstorms or power outages because our server was based locally. And that was troublesome because that usually happened around when sessions started. Well, we don't want that to happen anymore. So what we did with this Office 365 move, now the Exchange servers are on the cloud. And the nice thing about that is it helped us from a cost standpoint, but also helps us from a backup standpoint. So now if the power comes out here, well, all of you will still be able to access all of your emails remotely, and there'll be no interruption. And then we kind of went back to the issues. One of the big things we're really focusing on over the past couple of years is really educating our members about the healthcare reform issue. So in January 2013, we started these healthcare calls with Donna Stewart, and that continued on until later last year.
Is it one order of to-go order with Pizza Hut? I how until someone's trying to deliver wings there, but no one.
No.
Sounds good.
Bring it there.
All right. So and then we partnered with National Restaurant Association to have the uniform system of accounts books, the accounting books for members. We still have a lot of those out there, but this started back in 12 and February and early 2013. And then one of the things that we wanted to also get going with communications is regular updates to HERO. We understand that members view HERO as a really important source of information that they like to reference. And we update occasionally every year or every other year. And now, starting in 2013, we were able to establish the annual process of updating it. We're getting that down now, contacting the different government agencies, working with the different departments to make sure that we have a regular annual update out. And the goal of that is to get that out roughly around January through March timeframe of every year. And then the exciting started when David started here, and not coincidentally, we started our video initiative with that. And the nice thing about this is we're able to disseminate our information in a nice, reliable way, in a way that's succinct and allows people to want to receive the information as opposed to forcing it down their throat through a 500-word article. So we've gotten some good feedback on these videos, and this initiative will continue. And then we applied that to the board reports. So things like, I didn't do that on purpose, but basically there's no audio on this, but basically that's, we started doing board reports. So we started using the video component as an internal tool, starting with the board. And I think that the boards, from the last board meeting, I think 100% folks
They all listen.
All listen to it.
Whereas before, the first time, it was about 50% had listened to them, and it was 100% buy-in.
And then another exciting thing that we had late last year was the transition to SalesLogix Web. Again, part of this effort to get everybody up on the cloud is now we've got a really great web client available for folks to use, primarily our ACs, but that was launched last year. And then we launched the implementation of the new WRA Marketplace, and that is with a third partner.
The Washington Restaurant Association introduces the brand new, fresh, and
allowed us to launch this new product. And the nice thing is our goal for the first year revenues was about $5,000 in our partnership with them. We ended up bringing in, SVM ended up bringing in $7,000, which is $2,000 over the goal, which is great work by them. And then now we're in the process of doing the video production studio. If you notice here with the video of David, it looks like he's in the newsroom. That's through the use of green screen. Basically, we could put you in Paris or put you in our newsroom or in the Capitol for various efforts, and it looks great and it's seamless. So we're going to have that once we have the video thing set up in the area where David and Paul are right now. We'll be able to do this much more regularly. And then finally, it became the first association period to live stream a major trade show over Google Glass, so I decided to put that in there. So yeah, that was it. So
Is that all you did?
yeah, I don't know, spaceships, I don't know, robots.
We already have her look like.
That's true. That's true. So,
That was nice.
thank you.
You do that for IO.
Yeah, nice job, Lex.
Thank you.
Any questions for Lex?
Thank you. Thank you.
I don't think we even need a SWAT now, do we?